Gquuuuux, the definitely not French colonel of the 1-Year War. Many things can be said about this guy. He's brash, kinda ruthless, a cold, calculated man, one of culture, and may or may not help contribute to Zeon's downfall with a streak of bad decisions. But in a serious note, while he is very fun to shit on, he did help Zeon off-screen. He was behind many important projects, it's just on-screen, he kinda came off as, well, a liability. But he pilots the Gyan, so can we really judge him? Thing rules. But we're not here for that today. One of the most interesting things about him is his fate in the series. You see, the original Gundam story gets told a few times. The original 1979 TV run, the Trilogy movie compilations, Gundam the Origin manga, and the recent Gquuuuux anime. All these have Gquuuuux in them, and faces a different fate in each one. So, Slothcake's here, and let's delve into the history of a man with a totally made up name, Gquuuuux. I mean, come on. Starting with the first, the 1979 anime run of Mobile Suit Gundam. Here Gquuuuux meets Amuro twice. First early on when Amuro runs away from Right Base with the Gundam. He kinda threw a fit, got upset, then deserted with military equipment. But we're not here for that today. While in the desert, he discovered a hidden Zeon mining facility, and a large onion-shaped mobile armor flying by, which carried not Pikmin, but Gquuuuux and C.D.A. Over time, Amuro checked the place out, did some recon, and realized a few things. This was the mine General Revel wanted to attack. If he did this by himself, it would get everyone off his back, and more importantly, the base wasn't too defended. So off went Amuro, just wrecking shit up. The base was not ready for him. So moving forward a little bit, Amuro is still wrecking shit up. C.D.A. wanted to test the Gundam's performance, so she deployed the Adzam with her and Gquuuuux in it. While looking good at first, they had the Gundam in a pickle. But they underestimated the Gundam, and Amuro got the upper hand, overpowering the Adzam, hopping on top of it and just tearing it up. Thankfully, they detonated the mining base, which distracted Amuro, and he got shooken off. It's crazy to think that not only Gquuuuux, but C.D.A. almost died here. Hell of a brag if Amuro got the kill though, like come on. Sorry guys for throwing a fit, but I'm back, and I also killed one of the heads of Zeon. Now, we're not done with Gquuuuux just yet. Fast forward to space, at Texas Colony, where Gquuuuux and Char engage the Gundam. Gquuuuux rocks his personal Gyan, a kick-ass looking machine. He engages the Gundam in space, and we get to see the Gyan's kit with its weird shield weapon that has mines and micro missiles. It's cool, but I'm not really too big of a fan of blocking with a container full of explosives, but you be you. Anywho, they get into Texas Colony, and while Char and the Gquuuuux is there, Gquuuuux either underestimates Amuro, overestimates himself, or a little bit of both. He tells Char to back off, thinking his plan's going accordingly. He believes he can handle the Gundam himself. A cool fight follows, with both machines going at it in melee. And here we see the Gyan's true purpose. Besides being cool, a fast, up-close melee machine, specializing in thrusting attacks. But Amuro is no longer some kid in the Gundam. He came a long way, becoming the ace he is now, going toe-to-toe with Zeon's aces, and he's no longer being carried by the Gundam, but utilizing the Gundam to its fullest. This fight is a prime example of seeing how good Amuro got. We got to see him grow throughout the show, and he did it rather fast when you got a 1v10 everything. But anyways, at the end, with both beam sabers out, Amuro goes low, closing the gap, bear hugging the Gyan, pulling both beam sabers towards him, cutting the Gyan in half, killing Gquuuuux. So, Gquuuux's original fate in the Gundam TV run is dying by the Gundam in melee combat. Now onto the Trilogy compilation movies. These 3 movies got the TV run and condensed it down, adding, changing, and cutting things out. The trilogy is also the canon version of the 1 Year War and Amuro's story. M'Quuuuux overall just takes a back seat in the trilogy. There's no mining facility scene, and he doesn't fight the Gundam in the Adzam or Gyan. If you watch the trilogy, then things after timeline-wise, you'll be scratching your head asking, what happened to him? This guy, who's decently important, just poofed away, never appearing in any animated shows after. Well, we do get an answer, and we have to look at the manga, Char's Deleted Affair. Here M'Quuuuux is at the final battle of the 1 Year War, at a Baoku, when shit starts going down. He hears word of Kycilia's death, not knowing Char headshot her with a bazooka. He takes Xena and Minerva Zabi, wife and daughter of Dazzle, the last of the Zabis. Their plan is to escape. Char meets up with them, and their plan is to escort a small transport with a Guazin and mobile suits for protection. M'Quuuuux gets in the Gyan, which rules, while Char uses Gquuuuux, which has been slightly upgraded. While en route, the Federation notices them, and Char is able to fend off Jims, while the Federation warship starts firing at them. His mobile suit malfunctions, and a Jim was able to disarm his beam rifle. What follows is a series of comical events. Char disarms the Jim by taking off its arm with an active beam saber still deployed in it and stabs said Jim. He then throws the Jim into the Federation ship, destroying it, but it gets one last shot that would have hit the transport, but due to the Jim knocking into it, it missed, but hit the Gyan, killing M'Quuuuux. So while he survives the trilogy movie, M'Quuuuux dies off screen at a Baoku in a manga. Kind of a goofy ass way to go out. A little dumb, poor guy. Heading to the manga Gundam the Origin, a retelling of the 1 Year War, Amuro's story, and Char's past. It's still similar, but it takes a lot of liberties, changing things, tackling new subjects, and going off in different paths. I highly recommend it. It's fully translated with an official release that comes in a nice hardcover. Our French fighter here, while still the arrogant, stuck-up self, he seems more noble, a man of culture, always appreciating the art of humanity. Kycilia entrusts M'Quuuuux to lead the battle, for she thinks he holds earthling values. He won't destroy everything to win, but he won't just accept a surrender. He does care about Earth, human history, civilization, and art. He wants the spoils of war. Despite him going nuclear a few times, this is mostly true. And remember, Kycilia has to deal with people like Jiren, so compared to him, M'Quuuuux's a saint. During the Battle of Odessa, M'Quuuuux tried nuking Revel, sending out a custom GA, which would have went smoothly if Amuro wasn't there to do his thing, and impressively intervene by slicing both payloads mid-air. He also captured the mole that was planted to spy on Revel, and when I say capture, I mean he almost landed on the guy after doing his thing. Good for you, Amuro, an excellent series of events that you did while people like Bright were yapping in your ear. From here, M'Quuuuux realized his plans have failed, so he departs in the Gyan, which rules, fighting off the invasion with his army. He put up one hell of a fight, and he mentions how good Zeon mobile suits are, even asking Uragang to not mass-produce the Gyan. He wants the Gyan to be remembered alongside the name M'Quuuuux, a knight known for his armor. Soon after, the Federation naval ships close in, and while the city is getting blasted, he sits alone at the bay. His men have been told to retreat, and his last order is asking Uragang to make sure Kycilia gets the vase that he loves so dearly. Then he goes into the water, under the naval ships, and detonates his mobile suits, taking as many of them with him. Compared to the TV in Trilogy, M'Quuuuux feels more complex here, much more fleshed out, even letting his men retreat, giving him more character. But you do wonder, what led to this decision? Was M'Quuuuux just sick of the war? Did the destruction of the art, the history, push him over? Was this atonement? Did reality cave in for him? Did he realize that everything he did failed? Maybe this option was better, more respected, than going back to Cassilia and telling her everything I did failed and it cost Zeon greatly. Maybe that's why he did it alone. It was his sin. So, in Gundam the Origin, M'Quve meets his end in the Battle of Odessa, where he detonates his mobile suit trying to take as many naval ships as possible as his men retreat. The most noble of deaths. Really pushes the knight in armor aesthetic. Finally, let's go to the newest entry in Gundam, Gquuuuux, a alternate universal century. The main change here is Char stealing the Gundam before Amuro gets inside, drastically changing the story. We get fed info that tells us how Zeon won the war, and this helps us lead to the main cast in UC 085. While only briefly shown, we do get to see M'Quve, and due to the change of plot, we don't really know what he's up to and what he did. But after the time skip, we do get mention of him, and he's now a Vice Admiral. So he didn't kick the bucket off screen. And as of right now, in UC 85, M'Quve is still alive. Honestly, I don't think he'll be involved in the story. We might see him talk to Chad LaBoule and his group. He might be mentioned more, but I don't see a reason for him to be physically involved in the story. Now, due to Zeon reverse engineering the Gundam and focusing production there, the Gyan, which rules, might not even exist. So if he does appear, and if he does get into a mobile suit, I'd like to see what he pilots. As a side note, if he does step foot in a mobile suit, I feel like his chances of dying kinda skyrocket. I can't explain why, it just gives me bad vibes. So let's see if this ages well, but so far, with only a few episodes in, M'Quve is still alive and will most likely stay alive in Gundam Gquuuuux. Anyways, there we have it, an interesting character with a neat little fun fact. Might win your trivia one day. Was there a point to all this? No, it was just neat enough to talk about it. Since, unless we're talking about the Gyan, which rules, or just shitting on him, it can be hard talking about M'Quve in a fun manner. But like I said, he was more of a behind the scenes type of guy. No, seriously, jokes aside, he did do stuff that helped Zeon. But that's for another time. Thank you all for watching, thank you for those who support the channel, and a special thank you for the Gyan. The thing rules. Tell me down below what you think of M'Quve. I bet it's only positive things. Anywho, take care, have a good one, and hope to see you next time.